He stood in a corner of the large room, hoping not to be seen and also wanting to be, his usual ambivalence. The party racing, the booze going fast, a cool desperation, he thought. If he tried, he could imagine her at the party dancing sinuously, throwing her head back, her movements fidgety, flighty, and also deliberate. She knew what she was doing, and standing there stuck in a corner, he could visualize her the way she was back then, when she was with him. And of course she wasn't anymore, and might never be. She could be anywhere and with anyone, or content to be on her own, stunningly independent. It seemed interminable, though, the time he was kept waiting, hanging on until she declared, what, though? Her undying love? So he cut the umbilical cord, his analyst said, which back then, 20 years ago, felt inappropriate. This isn't funny, he said to the analyst, who went silent, but now it was funny, though he usually regretted any retrospective mindedness. It didn't help. Prosaically, he had traveled in one direction, she another. Insufficient reasons that would do, he told himself, because the heart has 4 chambers, each with its own rhythm, and feelings are way more complicated and sometimes so mixed they can suspend your life, even paralyze you. She bothered him in a silly way. She didn't interest him any longer, or he didn't feel he could hang on to what she offered him, a paltry dish. Her new life, what she said she hoped for, discomfited him and didn't align with who he thought she was. So maybe she wasn't what he thought, but do we know anyone else? Maybe she no longer wanted or needed his attention, and he didn't wait around to find out, didn't pursue her the way a fervid lover might have. Instead, he hung back. Anyway, we lost our momentum, he thought, holding his empty tumbler of scotch. If love needs to keep time. He refused to be the one to make decisions. He wanted to know he was wanted. She was anxious about getting somewhere in life. Where, he wasn't sure. Where is there to get to, really, he said to her. She called it a better place. To do something worthwhile in life, find her passion, all of that California stuff, he thought, and moved incrementally toward her and away in too different a way. She wandered off, he felt, even though she was present when she wasn't. Surprisingly, in the gap of lost time, he entered medical school to become a heart surgeon, which she thought was amusing. But again, he wasn't laughing. People in his family died young from heart disease. It was a good reason. But then she said he hadn't waited for her to make up her mind. He was too hesitant about her. He wondered if she would be a good life partner. He thought that way then. And time was his to take, wasn't it? He was imagining her at the party. Was there someone who incited these old memories? Someone who looked like her or said something she might have? He stood in the same place, one hand over his heart, waiting for orders to change his position, but didn't know where he could go except to the crowded bar, drink more, forget to remember. You've got to decide, she said once, or maybe twice. Sometimes you just have to take a chance, not look around to see if others agree with you. Some people had left, most stayed. They didn't know what to do either, where to go afterward. Well, the host began gathering dirty glasses, but the party was full enough. People talking, loosening up, nudging one another intimately, some kissing, swallowing tongues. So likely his lassitude or antisocial behavior, as she had called it, wouldn't be noticed. Quiet, he blended into the darkening sky in the window behind him. He might have asked, do you want to live with me? Should we move in or on? Will you marry me? Something had stultified him. The prospect of commitment, she said. But he might not understand her. Maybe she didn't love him. Or maybe she did in her way. Maybe even now he existed in her spell in an abstract way, after she went her way, far away. His memories remained the same, resolute. They didn't change, frozen with the years. And there must be something wrong about this, he felt. Their time, the past, their past. Pictures, just images, blurrier with time, still unreeled, almost relentlessly. He pictured her as if the day before, the last time he accidentally saw her on the same line for a movie which had formed into two lines, a popular movie. What was it? The lines were dragging, and when he saw her in the other line, all dressed in black leather, her face rounder, her broad cheekbones fierce still, her dark blue eyes, he moved toward her to embrace her, but she repulsed him. She wouldn't give him a stupid, phony hug. There was no them now, nothing. She had rebuked him. Some apologies come too late, when loving again is ridiculous. She could have said that, and yet it couldn't be. She was fixed in him. He must be in her. She must still love him. How could that have gone? He looked around the room, emptier now. His third wife was talking to a man he didn't know, looking intent upon whatever he was saying. Maybe he should go over and introduce himself, break up their little conversation, assert himself. Though he was content to watch, an onlooker who didn't possess her, his wife could do what she wanted, even complain about him, how he let people walk all over him, not bold enough, not enough for himself, and worst of all, she said, he was slow to understand her needs. She was, he noticed, enthusiastic, listening, laughing, captivated. Then, awakening to a sudden recognition, he thought, she's going to divorce me. When did we last have sex? But maybe I'll leave her. I could. Something was missing in his life. Maybe it was always her. His friend Jean once told him, people surprise you, never forget that. He didn't expect surprise. Life had a regularity, his hours regular except for emergencies, though his wife might surprise him, shake him up, and maybe that's what he needed. Maybe they needed surprise, or escape, or to get a divorce. Maybe she was holding him back. Maybe he could become, people are always becoming, happier, a different man. And when he was that different, even if his transformation was slow, it would happen. And he, unencumbered, would contact her, and she would have had a change of heart, realized it was him. She loved him. Then the time would be right. Emerging from his reverie, he looked out at the room, emptier now, his wife smiling, talking to the same man. He studied her. But still, he thought, maybe, he thought,